August 1st, 2025. Making a quicker video today. I do not have a bunch of time. Obviously, 1 through 4, very strong sell off to start the day. 3-bar micro channel 1, 2, and 3. I don't trade before bar 7. A lot of times you do get these deep pullbacks when you get such a strong move. This is a climax bar on a higher time frame, and climax bars tend to get deep pullbacks. So you have to keep that in mind if you did sell. But obviously, you do get a smaller second leg. You usually get some sort of small second leg before you get a symmetrical second leg. You can see here, we got the smaller second leg on 6 and 7, and we got the symmetrical second leg move later in the day after a deep 2-legged pullback. 8, 9, 10 is a 3-bar micro channel. 8 is a low probability swing trade. So if you buy above 8, you're accepting the lower probability. Higher probability after 9 and 10, but still, when a low probability trade gets follow through, odds are you're going to test back to that area. So when this trade, 9 and 10 are not what will happen the majority of the time. So when you buy above this bar and you get a pull, you should expect that we should pull back to the 8 high. So, that's something that makes a lot of sense to test if you're a swing trader, is go figure out when you get good follow through how often your swing trade ends up getting tested before a certain amount. I'm sure it should be a good amount. I did buy the close of 10. I thought that was it was okay. I don't like buying against this. I'm really not a big fan, but like I mentioned in my video yesterday, I'm really just focusing on executing exactly what my system tells me to do, because the numbers that I ran for my system, if I execute it the way that I am testing it, the numbers are better than anything I've ever done in my life. So I am not somebody who should have discretion in my system, because when I ran a test on it, the numbers came back better than anything I have ever personally accomplished. So I did buy the close of 10. After 14 and 15, this is going to get at least another leg down. This is a strong consecutive pair of bear bars. 15 didn't quite meet the criteria for me to look for a half an hour on 16. If 15 was a little bit bigger, it would have, but in this case, it just simply did not meet the criteria. So I was still long after 16. But when you get 14 and 15, and then you get 16, it tests up to the 13 high. This is getting a second leg. It makes sense that there are sellers up here. But just for now, I do keep holding. That 14 and 15 is going to get at least 2 legs down and maybe 3 legs down. And after 14 and 15, we're probably getting to at least the 8 high. So those are the things that you should be thinking about, at least in my opinion. We get a second leg down, 18, 19. Maybe 1 pullback, 2 pullback, maybe 3. And then you can see we ended up getting another leg down. There were initially buyers at the 19 high, not a strong signal bar. And then we retested again, and then we found buyers. This is a 4-bar micro channel against me after half an hour has already occurred. So I was willing to exit below 24, but I did not on 26. I ended up getting a half an hour. So I made a small amount on this buy the close. I did get a scale in filled on this particular piece of the sell-off. 27 consecutive strong bull bars. This is a bull surprise. 26 and 27. Odds are we're getting a second leg up, or we're going at least a little bit higher. You can see 30 and 31 was that next leg up. As far as 29, first pullback, I thought that, so I did actually buy the close of 28. However, 14, 15, that whole move down from 15 was a 4-bar micro channel on the 15-minute chart, and I did not realize until later. So I did buy the close of 29, and then I got 30 and 31, and I realized that I had bought the close of a bar after we had gotten a 4-bar micro channel again. So I exited on the close of 31. I should not have taken the trade to begin with. 30, 38, 39, and 40. And it's not this saying there's anything wrong with, there's a couple of micro channels I skipped today that I actually really liked, and 40 was one of them. So by the way, those are all the trades I took today. I bought the close of 10 and I bought the close of 27, made a mistake. I realized I made a mistake and exited. There's nothing wrong with the micro channels, especially 40 is a pretty good 3-bar micro channel and 60 is a very good 3-bar micro channel, but they were just slightly against my rule set, my higher time frame rule set, which I believe I went over at some point. So 38, 39, and 40, a 3-bar micro channel. It was against a bull 3-bar micro channel on the 15-minute chart. So I did not take this one, but I thought it was a very, very solid trade. So if you took that trade, good job. 41, 42, 43, it's 6 CC. So odds are we're going to pull back somewhat soon. The bears get 4 legs down to bar 50 and then 51, 52. A reversal attempt, but it's really not very good. We had a 4-bar micro channel down on the 15-minute chart. Odds are that gets another leg. And the traders, at some point, 7 was a big bear bar closing near its low. The traders who sold the close or below set, traders who sold the low tick of 7 did a reasonable thing, and odds are those traders will get rescued. And you can see the whole move down was an attempt to rescue those traders. So 53, 54, 55 did not score very well in the 10 plus 2, so I did not take it. If you did take it, I would exit above 59. You can see we went a tick below, reversed back up. 58, 59, 60 I thought was good. Again, it was against a really bad reversal and follow through on the 15-minute chart. But again, I do not take trades that are against 15-minute chart signals. So I've proven it's a bad idea in my testing, so I don't do it. But that is one I would have liked to have taken. You get a surprise against you, 64, 65. You can scale in and you get your half an hour on 70, which is fine. So you probably made a little bit of money if you did this. But this is a strong enough that it's going to get a second leg, and it might get its second leg before this. Turns out it did get it on 67. All right, that is going to be it. I'm not going to go over the higher time frames. Like I said, I don't have a ton of time today, but I will make